Hey, this is Ronnie, and this is the Rescue Ronnie Show. Today, I want to talk to you about equity in your house. Now, there's ways you can increase equity, and then there's ways that can decrease equity. And then I also want to talk to you about how you can build equity in your house. So stick around and check it out. All right, we're back. This is Ronnie, and this is the Rescue Ronnie Show. Thank you for joining us. If you do like our content, please go to www.rescueronnieshow.com and subscribe to our content if you find it valuable. All right, so let's jump into what equity is. Equity is the difference between what you owe on your house and what your house is worth. Okay, so for example, if you owe $150,000 and your house is worth $200,000, you'll have an equity of $50,000. All right, so there really are only virtually two ways to increase equity. So you can either pay the payment down, so the payment goes down and you have more equity, or the value of the house goes up and you owe this amount and the value is this amount, and this amount here is your equity. Now, it can work in the opposite way where you can, if there's a down market, you could have negative equity, and that's a different show that we can go into on that. But basically, you can go under your equity value of what your house is worth and have negative equity in the property. All right, let's talk about some ways that you can build the equity in your house. All right, so the first way is by bringing a big down payment. All right, so let's give an example. So if your house is worth 200, or you buy the house for 200,000 and you do a 20% down, that's $20,000. So therefore, your house is worth 200,000 and you owe 180,000. And that equity is that $20,000 gap in between those two. All right, so the second way to build the equity in your house would be pay more than the minimum payment. So if your payment is, just for round numbers, your payment is $2,000 a month, and you want to pay down your payment faster, say you do an extra $100 a month. So you're doing $2,100 a month, and that is going into pay down the principal of your house, and therefore the equity gap will then grow even further. All right, so the third tip to building your equity in your house would be try and stay in the house more than 5 years, or at least 5 years. The real estate market goes in waves historically, and you want to catch it on that upward wave. So if you're selling right away, and there's different ways that you can fix this by doing flips and getting them at a very low property. But if this is your primary residence, try and stay in it for more than 5 years and catch it on the upward swing. All right, so my last way and my fourth tip to grow equity into your home would be to either renovate or do some curbside appeal projects, whether that is renovating the kitchen or putting in new floors, interior, or the curbside. When somebody drives up to your house, do they see it as being beautiful while planting new vibrant plants, or putting in a nice sidewalk, or even rocking some of the flower beds? So those are my tips. I hope this has helped you understand what equity is and how it can be built or increased or decreased. If you have any other further questions, please reach out. And as always, have the best day of life, and adios.